Alright, how you guys doing today? My name is Marcus. I'm with Reptiles. Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, and evening. In today's video, I'll be going over some reptile hacks that you can use to save money when it comes to building your reptiles enclosure. So let's get started. Also, before I start going over the hacks, I just want to say one thing. I'm in Canada, so my prices that I say might seem a little bit more than people in the US would be paying, but it's just different. But at the end of the day, it all kind of rounds up to be the same price, just our currencies, which is common sense. So, alright, so the first reptile hack we'll be going over today, and it's the main part of the whole setup, is the enclosure itself. So there's three options that I think you can choose to save money. So number one will be build your own enclosure. So I don't really have an in-depth opinion about it because I've never done it, but I do plan on doing it in the next month to 2 months. So then I'll be able to have an opinion about it. But I've seen many videos, there's many tutorials on people saving hundreds of dollars just by building their own enclosure instead of buying one pre-built. Number two will be plastic bin enclosures. When it comes to plastic bin enclosures, there are many reptiles that can live in plastic bin enclosures and do really well for their whole lives. Like for example, my Indonesian skink Blue, he's been in a 40 by 20 inch plastic bin for about 2.5 months now, and I spent $50 on it. So I saved myself lots of money. I definitely do plan on upgrading him soon to a 120 gallon when I build them, only because I would say he's perfect size. It's a good size, but I would say he's a little bit too big for it. So that would be plastic bin enclosures. Number three will have to be, and this is something that people should do, but when it comes to this though, people don't like to buy secondhand enclosures, like to buy one that's brand new. But I have found many secondhand enclosures in perfect condition for an amazing price. So the next will be buy them on Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, any like secondhand site. Because I've found 40 gallons for 80, $100. I found a 120 from $250. So you can save hundreds of dollars just by buying a secondhand enclosure. Like for example, I saw an Exoterra 36 by 18 by 12 on Marketplace for like $150 front opening. Brand new, the enclosure costs like $320, $280. And also, as I said before, I'm in Canada, so my prices are a little bit higher than the US would be, but it all just averages out to be the same. But yeah, so you can save hundreds of dollars just by buying a secondhand enclosure that you might need to wash it down, clean it, but at the end of the day, you're saving yourself money. You don't need to spend $300 on a 40 gallon. So that'll be the first topic. All right, and the second reptile hack will be hides and water bowls. So when it comes to the hides and water bowls, I feel like they're really expensive pests. Like for a rock hide this big, it's like $20. A bowl this big is like 15. Look, they look amazing, but if you're on a budget, one thing that you can do, go to your local Dollarama and buy a plastic bin. Buy a decent sized plastic bin and then cut out a little door, and that will be for your house, for your reptile, which I use for Blue. And also the water bowl. My dog's barking, man. Yo, Hazel, I record a video, bro. Anyways, so the water bowl. Instead of buying those nice looking water bowls, if you're on a budget, you can go to Dollarama, buy a little tub this big, whatever size you need for your reptile, for like $2, $3, depending on the size. So actually, let me get an example of those two things, and I'll be right back. For example, here is Blue's water bowl. There's water in it right now, so I don't really want to hold it for too long. But this bin was like literally $1.75, $2 at Dollarama. So you can, instead of buying one for $15, $20, you can save lots of money just by going to Dollarama. Secondly, will be the house itself. So this is a decent size for Blue because he's a big reptile. And this bin right here costs like $3. Just cut out a little door for him to use, and he loves it. He's always inside of it, gives him the privacy he needs if he needs it. And you don't need to buy one like this with a rock design to it would probably be $40 to $50. So you can save tons of money just by going to Dollarama and finding bins and plastic containers and use that for your water bowl or your hide for your reptile. Alright, and the third reptile hack will have to be enrichment for your reptile. So, like for example, sticks, you know what I'm saying, climbing options, plants, things that I do when I be to buy like a little thing, a little vine at pet store. One little vine, not small, but like it's like probably this long, a little vine. It's like $8, $8 to $15. So what I do like to do with my fake plants for the enrichment, I go to Dollarama, just like the water bowl and the hides, and I buy probably a vine like really long for like $3. You know what I'm saying? When it comes out to make sure you wash them down. It's not a material that will harm the reptile, but that's a really good way to save money on the plant side. Next will be sticks and rocks. So, when it comes to sticks and rocks, of course you can buy them at pet stores, but to buy a stick at a pet store is like $20 for the chintziest thing. What you can do is, for example, in my Prince's enclosure, here's an image right here. I'm using these sticks that I found on the outside. Bring them home. Make sure there's no like termite marking in them, and bring them home, sanitize them, clean them, detoxinate them, and put them right on enclosure. They will love it. They love the climbing options. And that's a really good way instead of buying lots of sticks at a pet store for lots of money. And then when it comes to your rocks, just like rocks, you find them in the wild, on your forest, or on the ground. Just make sure you wash them, just sanitize them properly, and that's amazing. Also makes you also like basking, because the rock will get a little hot, so every time I want to bask on the rock. And it's just, when it comes to plants, sticks, and rocks for the enrichment, that's a really good way to save money instead of going to buy some at the pet store, which will be, in my opinion, they're a little overpriced in my opinion, but that would be topic number 3. All right, the last reptile hack I'll be going over will be substrate. So when it comes to substrate, it varies. Like when it comes to pricing, you can buy an 8-quart bag of Cypher's mulch for like $15. Buy some Eco Earth soil for like the 3 bricks is like around $20 in Canada, $19.99, and that's not a bad price because it's still staying there for a good part of the year. But a good way to save money is to go to your Home Depot, Lowe's, any place that sells soil, and just buy a huge like 20-liter, 30-liter bag of organic topsoil. Because that, when it comes around, so make sure it's organic, no pesticides, none of that stuff that will harm them. But to buy stuff at Home Depot and Lowe's, like I said, you can save lots of money and get a large amount that will last you most likely probably the year, because you don't have to change the substrate every single week, every single month, probably every like 3 months. And it depends on how dirty it gets. That's a really good way to save money. Also, you can buy a bag of peat moss at Lowe's for around $18, but huge bag of peat moss. And just make a really good substrate that holds humidity if your reptile needs it, and just make a comfortable environment for a reptile. So substrate is definitely a good way to save money when it comes to buying it large quantities at different stores. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that video on how to save money when building your reptile's enclosure. And before I end the video, I want to say one thing. I checked, we're at 91 subscribers. It's crazy how like quick we are we're growing on YouTube. My goal was 100 subs by the end of the year, and we're 5 weeks in, posting consistently every week, and we're about to hit 100. So I want to say I love you guys so much, the support. I really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Been smiling on my face, I can't lie. But yeah, that's all I want to say before I end the video, and hope you guys have a good day, afternoon, and evening. All right, peace.